What is up, guys, and welcome back to another World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King Classic video. So today we're making a gold farming video. It is an instance gold farm, and I've been looking to make this one for several days now, but I had to do one thing before I made the video, and that is gear up my DK. So the farm itself has a small requirement for gear. The better gear you have, the more efficient you will do this. The same goes for every gold farm really, but especially things like this. So we're solo farming a dungeon, and in this video I'll be taking you through the whole run, exactly what I'm doing, anything specific to be looking out for, but really we are doing a dungeon farm. So we're going back to Blood Furnace. For those of you who watched my video on how to level up your DK, this might be a familiar location to you. We're inside the same dungeon. If you're a DK and you're looking to level up or farm gold, Blood Furnace really is your best friend. You will be here while leveling up, you will be here at max level. And the fact is, Blood Furnace is a really good dungeon for you. While leveling, it is probably the best way to level up your DK, solo farming inside Blood Furnace, and you can go back at max level and pull things. You can pull a lot more, obviously, because you're level 70 and you have better gear, so you can do better pulls now. It feels great. You can clear out the entire dungeon by yourself, and you're getting a lot of gold. So once again, I'll be going over the full run and talking while we look at this. So in this run you can see the pulls that I'm doing. I'm spec'd as blood. The link to my spec will be on my Discord channel, so join my Discord channel through the link down below in the video description. It will be pinned in the just chatting section. I'll post my entire spec right there, but this can be done in pretty much any spec. I'm doing this as blood, but I'm focused on being DPS blood, so I'm dealing as much damage as possible, not focusing that much on survival. But if you want more survival, then go for survival. If you want more DPS, then go for more DPS. I am also thinking this could be doable as a frost spec, so I could be respecking later on and trying it out as frost, because you could deal a lot more damage using Howling Blast for AoE instead of using Death Strikes to heal yourself. So the downside there is less healing but more DPS. So it could be worth trying out as frost, because I know Retribution Paladins can do this even faster than I can right now. I'm doing 20-minute resets, so 3 runs every single hour, but even after 2 runs, my bags are completely full. So I'm doing 2 runs, going back to vendor, then doing 2 more runs, going back to vendor again. So basically 2 runs, then vendoring. But if you have full bags, or like huge bags, you can do 3 runs per hour before you reset. I've been getting this consistently down to 20 minutes per pull or 20 minutes per run, and you're getting so much gold. So let's go through what you're getting the gold from. The gold will be gotten in raw gold form, raw gold form. There we go. So I'm doing this on the fresh servers. Raw gold is very important and very valuable on the fresh servers. So you're looting like 27 to 29 gold just in looted gold every single run. So if you do 3 runs per hour, that is roughly 90 gold just from looting gold, not vendoring anything, just literally looting the gold. And after that you can also vendor everything you get. So for example, if I vendor everything, I am getting about 85 gold every single run, which gives me a gold per hour of 255, considering I am currently doing 20-minute resets. So 255 gold per hour if I vendor literally everything. So first off, netherweave cloth can be turned into bandages for even more gold per run, but it will take down the gold per hour because you have to spend time crafting those bandages. And secondly, if you have enchanting, you can disenchant the greens and blues to make even more gold. Even on the fresh servers, it could be worth disenchanting. So if you have enchanting, it could be worth bringing here and trying to disenchant. You can disenchant the most cheap greens, the blues from the bosses. So bosses can drop a lot of blues. Some of them are weapons, they sell for 7 to 8 gold per piece, but some are armors, and they are selling for 1 to 3 gold per piece. So if you're unlucky and you get an armor piece, you can disenchant the armor piece with enchanting, but if you get a weapon, I would highly recommend actually just using it, or selling it for raw gold. Okay, so far in the pool, everything has been kind of straightforward. I'm trying to make the pools as big as possible, so every now and then I am doing some risky pools, but I am playing blood, so it doesn't really matter. The one thing I will say is that if you're playing frost, then try to utilize line of sight. If you've been seeing this as a retribution paladin, you have to use line of sight every now and then just to get the casters stacked together, so try to utilize line of sight to actually gather the mobs up. But other than that, it's very straightforward. You can use Death and Decay like I'm doing, or you can literally just use Howling Blast or Icy Touch and the Plague Strike, and then spread Plague through Pestilence, and then just Blood Boil them to death. If you're going for pure DPS, Death and Decay might not be worth using unless you're doing huge pulls, so just consider that as well. So I did several runs of this on stream, and we consistently got down to 20 minutes per run. The link to my Twitch is also down below in the video description. I'll be doing this live probably today or tomorrow just to farm some gold on the fresh servers. So if you want to see even more of this in real time, then go and check me out on Twitch. I'll be streaming a lot of my gold farming process over there, and we're live every single day, going up until Wrath and past Wrath as well. There's basically daily live streams, so go and check me out. But yeah, if you're looking to farm a lot of gold on the fresh servers, this is an incredibly easy gold farm, and it's very good for DKs, paladins, and I've heard rumors that warriors can do this too. I actually don't have a warrior at level 70. Well, I have a boosted one, but I don't have a geared one, and I actually don't have a retribution paladin either. My paladin is holy, so I can only do this at a DK, but that's fine. DKs is very easy to level up on the fresh servers. If you have any class at 55, you can start a DK, so you could start a DK now, you can do some Alterac Valley, gear up, and you can start doing this. It is worth noting that at the time of recording this video, I am running in 9 pieces of brutal gear. So I have the brutal weapon, I have the entire brutal set, and I have some off pieces. In total, I have 9 brutal pieces. So if you're looking to gear up and you're looking to do this as efficiently as I am, you need to have some gear, do some Sunwell raids, Black Temple raids, Karasan raids. Alternatively, you can use the Scourge event to get really good gear as well, very fast. You can get like full 5 set from the Scourge event in I think half an hour, so you can do that as well. But if you're watching this on the day of this video coming out, the Alterac Valley event should still be live, and even if it's not, you get really good honor points just from doing Alterac Valley, so consider gearing yourself up and try out this farm. Okay, the bosses are very simple. You can see this one goes down very fast. This boss is actually soloable if you're farming this dungeon to level up as well. At level 60 to 61, it's still soloable. So in this room, I try to push my luck every now and then to get a huge pull. If you want to, you can do the same. So I'm trying to grab those 2 legionnaires, and every now and then I grab the next pack too. But there are some technicians here, so you have to be very mindful of the bombs on the ground or the mines. So keep that in mind. Just watch out for the mines, okay? I tried to make a funny pun there, but I couldn't really do it in time. But yeah, just watch out and use your cooldowns accordingly. Playing as blood, I have to use my cooldowns every now and then. I am actually very, very interested to see how this works as frost. You could deal a lot more damage very fast, but it also takes away your survival. So you have to rely a lot on just nuking them down as fast as possible. And Howling Blast uses the same runes as Death Strike, so you have to keep that in mind as well. Also, I'm recording this from my Twitch VOD, so the panels are up there still. The 48 hours stream at launch is up there. If you want to help us reach the goal, then once again, the link to Twitch is down below, and the follower alerts are also still live. Okay, let's keep going. So in this room right here, this is the most annoying room as a blood DK, because everyone here is a caster, or a technician, or those orcs that stun you. So this is the one place you might want to try to do some smaller pulls, because those big orcs, the nascent fell orcs, they have a stun. That stun is very nasty, and if they stun you at the wrong time, it's going to be lethal, actually lethal. So try to keep that in mind as well, and just don't do huge pulls here unless you have to. You could alternatively just try it out yourself, see if you survive, but those nascent fell orcs are really, really scary, and the warlocks are casters. Like as a DK, casters are your only enemy. Melee mobs almost don't hit you. I have so much armor, and I can heal myself through Death Strike, so melee mobs are not a problem, but casters can be a problem. So as a Death Knight, I always just be aware of the casters. Now, once again, I'm using Death and Decay every now and then to pull their mobs or to get them down fast. Here we can see the stun. So I got stunned there, and if I got stunned and those guys placed the mines where I got stunned, that would have been the end. I would have literally been dead right there. So it's all about RNG if you get stunned and if the technicians throw mines on you while you're stunned, or some sort of crit happens on you while you're stunned as well. So try not to pull too much. The less you pull, the less chance there is of anything going wrong. Okay, next room, lots of mobs in one room. I try to gather 2 packs here, so I pull these guys with these guys and focus on the summoners. You want to try to dispel or actually silence the first summon and then just deal massive DPS. So here I'm pulling 6 mobs at the same time. That's why I'm using Death and Decay, so just burst them down, use Blood Boils, use Death Strikes to heal myself. And one thing, don't be like me, so every now and then I forgot to reapply my damage over time through using Pestilence, so keep an eye out on the damage over time effect of your damage over times. Like, keep an eye out of the duration and use Pestilence to refresh. Like right now I failed at refreshing, so they go down a little bit faster. It's still incredibly easy, but keep an eye out for the duration of your damage over time effects. It is incredibly easy, just be better than me, shouldn't really be a problem. I'm failing so much. So over here there's 3 technicians, super easy. Once again, just be mindful of the mines on the ground and nuke them down. Alternatively, be like me and set off 2 mines in a row and almost die. That also works. Okay, after this pack right here, it's time to go for the next pack. Over here you can do both at the same time. I choose to do 1 pack at a time because there's 1 warlock, there's 1 mine thrower or technician, and there's an orc that can stun you. So you can see I chose to nuke down the orc first because I CBA'd the stun, and for some reason, once again, I don't have any damage over time effects, so I'm just nuking them down super fast. Over here, now you can eat. I think I'm choosing to eat. You could also just pull the next pack and just use Rune Tap, up to you really. The boss is super easy, so I don't know why I sit down to eat. It takes away the efficiency of the run, and if I didn't do this I could get below 20 minutes. And I also messed up my Death and Decay there by putting it on the lever instead of actually on the mobs, so that's fantastic. There's a mine under me. Once again, watch out for the mines, use anti-magic shield if you have to for that warlock, and just nuke down that orc. Personally, I love nuking down the orc before, well, the nascent orcs, the one that stuns, because I hate the stun effect, so I'm just going for that one as soon as possible. Use the lever, activate the boss. This part is super easy. It's going to spawn 3 orcs on you, they all hit in melee, and they're super easy to nuke down. Don't really need to use Death and Decay like I'm doing here. It is way too easy for this, so just use Death Strikes, Blood Boil, Heart Strikes, whatever really. At this point, it's kind of a cakewalk. It's gonna keep on spawning mobs though, so 3 more mobs right there too. Now I could just fast forward the video, but I'm choosing to just upload the entire thing so you can see the entire run. So hopefully it helps you out if you're a DK, or if you're just a DK, warrior, or paladin looking to farm the farm. Well, now you can see the farm in live action. So instead of watching like a full Twitch stream, you can watch 1 video on exactly how it's done, and then you know everything about the pull, the bosses, and pretty much everything. There's nothing really you need to think about though. It's just like, you just have to practice. You have to go in, try it out, try the pulls, try to push yourself on how many packs you can pull at the same time, because the more you pull and the faster you kill them, the more efficient you will be. So try to up your efficiency for every single run and just see where the sweet spot is. So you might die a couple of times, that's fine. Overall, the efficiency will go up and you will make more gold per hour. But the way I'm doing it right now, 20-minute runs, I'm getting 255 raw gold whenever I'm rendering literally everything, and every now and then you might get some BOEs worth selling on the auction house, you're getting a lot of green items by the way, and you're also getting a lot of cloth. Now the netherweave cloth can be turned into bandages like I just said, or you can also sell those on the auction house, and right now people are leveling up tailoring, so you could be selling those cloth for a lot. Alternatively, if you have tailoring, turn them into bags and sell those bags. Bags are really profitable right now, especially on the fresh servers, so you might make bank just by turning those into bags and selling them. Okay, we are moving towards the last boss room, so it's not too much left, just sit tight, hold on tight. We only have a couple more pulls. Now over here I always pull this Warlock with the next pack. It is just way too easy not to do that. And I could alternatively pull the next room as well, but I choose to keep it safe. So putting this Warlock and the next pack at the door and just AoEing them down. Once again, use Pestilence to spread damage over time effects, and from here on out it's Cakewalk, keep yourself alive. I pretty much always have Rune Tap available, so if anything ever gets dangerous, I do have Rune Tap that I can use, but that's never really been necessary. It's always just using death strikes, and that's more than enough. So based on me not taking this much damage, it could actually be better as Frost. So during the next couple of days I will be testing that out on Twitch on my stream, just to see if Frost can do this at better efficiency or the same efficiency instead of just being blood. That's gonna be interesting. Now over here, just always get these imps outside. I failed that on the first run, so just pull the Warlock outside, use line of sight, gather them up, and blood boil. Super easy. From here on out, you only have 3 packs left. I pull the Warlock in right now with this pack right here. I do think I could do all 3 packs at once, but I'm choosing just to do them one at a time, so I'm nuking down the Warlock because he's the only caster. The Felguards I should be able to survive, so I'm trying to nuke down a couple of Felguards, and I always drag the last Felguard over to the next pack as well, so I can use Pestilence to reapply damage over times to the next pack. So right now, I should be doing that live on this one too, right? No? Okay. I always try to do that, just keep one Felguard alive, so I can drag him over to the next pack. So even though I don't do that on this run, try to do that yourself if you're a Blood Death Knight, because you can definitely heal yourself. So drag the Felguard over and reapply damage over times over here, and then just rinse and repeat, do the same thing again, keep yourself alive, push them down fast. Should be pretty easy. I always try to save my anti-magic shield for this next pull, just because you're pulling 6 Warlocks at the same time, so even though it should be easy, it's definitely better to keep it for that pull, because here you have 1 Warlock, over here you have 6 of them. So keeping anti-magic shield for this part of the pull should really be beneficial. And yeah, from here on out, you just have the last boss, you know how this goes, it is pretty easy, right? Now, when you're resetting the dungeon, you can just walk out. Like for most dungeons, you would want someone in your group to reset for you. Alternatively, use a second account to reset the dungeon. But in this dungeon, it's actually faster, I think, to just walk out. It takes you like 30 seconds to walk out, but it's super fast. Like you have this tunnel right to the left here that takes you all the way to the outside of the dungeon, and then you just reset. Now, the faster you get out, the more time you will save, so I don't really know. The boss itself, super easy. Always just using my dancing rune weapon here to nuke him down as fast as possible. Get away when he does this attack right here. Alternatively, use some shields and get back in, finish him off, and get the loot. Okay, so from here we're just going to walk outside. We're going to check out all the loot that we get from this run. So if you made it this far into the video and you watched the entire walkthrough, I really appreciate you, and let me know down below in the comment section. We will be checking out the entire loot though, so we have gotten all of this right now. in the banks, we'll be checking that out even closer when we're outside the dungeon. This run right here took us exactly 20 minutes and 4 seconds, I believe. Once again, we'll check that out in just a minute here. But you can see we're getting a lot of greens just from one run. We're also getting about 27 gold in looted gold value, which is really nice. And if you utilize the auction house, you will make even more gold than the title of this video. Now the title will probably be something like 250 gold raw or something per hour. So I'm making 255. You can probably make more or less depending on your efficiency. Now this right here is where you would reset the dungeon. I'm just going to fly to Honor Hold so I can show you guys. So you can see right now, the Blood Furnace, 129 mobs in 20 minutes and 4 seconds, and we looted 28 gold, 27 silver, and 14 copper in raw looted value. In terms of in terms of loot, you can see we looted 5.5 stacks of netherweave, so 110 netherweave cloth. We have gotten a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 greens and 3 blues. Actually 8 greens and 3 blues. This run we got kind of unlucky on the blues. We have 2 very bad ones. 1 weapon, so the weapon should be vendored, but if I had enchanting, right now I will be disenchanting those 2 blues just to sell the enchanting material. So once again, if you do have enchanting, make sure to just check the value of the enchanting material versus the vendor value and make a decision. Vendoring everything here, we should be getting about 88 gold from one run, which is really nice. 88 gold, let's see. Yeah, so if we do some quick math here, we were on 23, 28, 23. So we got about 83 gold from one run in total. So yeah, just about 250 gold per hour. Once again, kind of dependent on RNG. Okay, that is going to be it for today's video. A really long one, once again. Just a full walkthrough of what I'm doing to farm gold on the fresh servers. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, a bit of a different one, but it is what it is. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. And also, we're doing daily videos and daily streams leading up to Wrath and into Wrath as well. So for daily Wrath content, check me out on Twitch and make sure you are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.